begin with the spirit phase. Spirit phase is composed of the growth. Then we'll do gain energy. They pay for our power cards. So now I start a new round. And we'll do the spirit phase on the growth phase. So I'll go here. I'll use this part for Shadows Flicker Like Flame. He will gain a power card and add 1 presence. So let's get a new power from this progression deck. But this is a beginner rules. So I take a power here, and he will receive Visions of Fiery Doom. That's his new minor power that will be added to his hand. So added to his hand right here. This is the discard pile. This is where his power that he used before. Now I'll take a presence for the hand track. This is the hand track. We're only going to play 1 card at a time. So I can take a presence here, and I can play 2 cards in his hand during a round. So add his presence to A6. This top card's A, and this is number 6. So add a presence to the mountains right here. That's his growth turn. So now for Lightning Swift Strike, I'll do this growth right here. I'll add 1 presence 2 spaces away from 1 presence, and add 1 presence 0 spaces away, meaning that this won't go very far. Now I'll take a presence from the hand track, so you can play 3 cards per round. I'll take another presence from the energy track, so now you can get 2 energy per turn. I'll add 1 presence to B1. This card's B1, Wetlands. I'll make this into a sacred site, so it's 2 presents on top of it to make it a sacred site. And add the other presents to the sand right here. Now we're going to do the gain energy part of the spirit action. So Shadows Flicker Like Flame gets 1 energy because there's 1 energy on his energy track, so he gets 1 energy. And for Lightning Swift Strike, he gets 2 energy on his phase. So he gets 1, 2 energies. So now let me start thinking about what we should do next. For what actions to use this turn. So let's look through his pile of powers. Now I'm going to use Crops, Wither, and Fade. It's a slow power. So it has a range of 0, so I can't go beyond my presence. I can replace a town with a settler, and it adds 2 fear. Or replace a city with a town. So I do this power here. And let's see what else I should do. And I think I'll do Visions of Fiery Doom. This has a fear, and I can push a settler or a town. Or if I have 2 orange tags, I can also add an additional fear. So let's do this one. This is a fast power. Also, it's 0 range, so it has to be on the same place as a presence. So there's power for that. Let's do Lightning Swift Strike's action now. So let's look through his deck. And so we'll look through. I think I'll do Raging Storm. This has a purple tag, so it's a slow power, but since the purple tag, Lightning Swift Strike's power can make purple tag power still fast. So this becomes a fast power. And up to run 1 range away, so he can use his power on an adjacent space from his presence. And it can do any land. So it's 1 damage he's invader. Let's do that. Let's give it 3 energy. And I forgot to give energy for the other power for Shadows Flicker Like Flame. Shadows Flicker Like Flame. His 2 cards is 1 energy each. So we'll do 1 energy each. 1. I'll break this down to 3 energy. I'll break this down to 3 energy right here. And so I add 1 energy here. And these 2 go into its reserves. Now it's the fast power order. So I'll use Vision of Fiery Doom. We'll take this energy away. And I use Vision of Fiery Doom means I'll use add 1 fear, and we'll use 1 fear. Okay. So now it takes a lot of planning, but Fiery Doom will push one settler. I'll use Visions of Fire Doom, and I'll push. Since the range is 0, I have to do it on a land that has a presence on it. So I'll push this settler from A6 to here. And the reason why I'm doing that is because on the build phase, they'll be built on a mountain, so I don't want anything on the mountain area. So I moved it away, so that move the settler away. The reason why is because I don't want to build anything on there. Okay, so next fast power, I'll use Raging Storm. So I take the 3 energy away, and use Raging Storm, which is damage to each invader. Now I use Raging Storm. Raging Storm does damage to one invader. So 1 damage to his settler. This settler has 1 hit point, so it gets destroyed. But this is a city. It has 3 hit points. So all you get is wounded. So it's wounded, you put it on its side. And that's all you do for that. Now what's the invader phase? It's made of, first we're not going to do the Blood Island effect. Now the fear effects. And then we ravage, build, and explore. And then we advance the invader cards. So now the invader phase, here's how it comes out. On the border it says mountains, it'll build on the mountains and explore the wetlands. So build on the mountains. Let's start from the egg board. So we'll build. Can't build anything here now because I moved a settler, so nothing can be built here. But here's a settler here. So I have to build a town. Right here. Okay, let's go down here. So here is a city on this mountain. Now it says that if there's no towns, you put a town down. So build a town right here. Cities usually build towns because one can outnumber the other one. Okay, and we'll go here, but there's nothing here, so this stays clear of anything. Now it says here wetlands. We'll explore the wetlands. Here, not as a city, is also a coastal town, a coastal terrain. So this has a settler here. This wetland is adjacent to a town. There's a town here and town here. So there's 1 space away from a town. So this also gets a settler. Here. And let's go down here to the B card. On B1. There's a city and a town here, so we get a settler here. And also the coastal terrain too, so the ocean's right here. But this wetland doesn't get anything because it's not adjacent to anything. Any town, city, or the coast. So let's just advance the track. So now mountains will be ravaged, the wetlands will be built upon, and jungles will be explored. That's going to be in the next round for the invaders. Now it's time for the slow powers to be used. We will use Shadow Flicker Like Flames power, Crops, Wither, and Fade. This generates 2 fear. You can also replace a town with a settler, or you can replace a city with a town. So let's first generate fear first. We'll take 2 fear from the fear pool, put in the generated fear. And that's good because now the fear pool is empty. So that means we get a fear card. So the fear card, take it from the top of the fear deck, and you put it here, but we won't reveal it to the next round. So this and the fear pool resets. So let's go power here. Now with this Crops, Wither, and Fade, I can replace a city with a town. I can do that here. But on this card, This has a range of 0. That means I have to have a presence in the same place as a town. But look at over here. Look at here. We use Flicker's special power. His special power shadows Dahan. That means he can use a Dahan as a presence. We just need to add one additional energy. So Dahan acts as a presence for Shadow's Flicker like Flame, which is a good power. Shadow likes Dahan, so try to conserve them. So take an additional energy from his thing and add it to the card. So now Crops, Wither, and Fade will use 2 energy. And so activates this Dahan right here and make that as a presence. Use this Dahan as Shadow's Flicker like Flame presence. Now we use 2 energy. Now convert this city into a town. So this city disappears and it becomes a town. So that city is no longer as powerful. What a great power that is. And we'll discard Crops, Wither, and Fade. And we end the round with Time Passes. Everything resets.